In order to solve a system of linear equations using elimination with the addition, you have to have the letters cancel out. For example, the way this is set out, if you look, x and negative x, that's like x take away x, they're going to cancel each other out. So that is what you want to happen. So this one is actually ready to go. Because x cancels with negative x, you're going to add in columns. So 2y take away 5y is a negative 3y. You bring down your equal sign, and 10 take away 19 is a negative 9. So you divide both sides by negative 3. Top cancels with bottom, y equals top negative cancels with bottom negative, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. So you're going to have two answers for each one of these, one for x and one for y. And you just found your answer for y equals 3. Now you go back into one of the original equations. I usually take the one that looks like it might be smaller numbers. So I'm going to take the top equation, write it down, x plus 2y equals 10, except y now has a value. Y has a value of 3. So I can plug it in like this. X plus 2 times 3 equals 10. So 2 times 3 is 6. X plus 6 equals 10. You are going to subtract 6 from both sides so that x is by itself. So x equals 4. 10 take away 6 is 4. So those are your two answers. Y equals 3 and x equals 4. The next one, if you look at it, these are not opposites for the x's, and neither are the y's, so it's not quite ready, but it's almost ready. I'm going to need to change the signs of one of these equations. It's like multiplying everything by negative 1. So on the top, I'm going to leave that one alone. Negative 3x plus, I'm going to write it as 1y equals 17. This one, I'm going to multiply everything by negative 1. In other words, change all the signs. So it's going to be negative 7x minus 1y equals positive 23. So now, negative 3 and negative 7 is negative 10. You have negative 10x. The y's cancel because 1 take away 1 is 0, equals 40. You divide both sides by negative 10. Top cancels with bottom. So x equals 40 divided by negative 10 is negative 4. Okay, so that's your first answer. X equals negative 4. Now take one of the original equations. I'll just choose the top one. It doesn't matter which one of those you use. As long as you do your algebra correctly, you'll get the same answer, because these answers are actually coordinates for a point. Okay, so I know that x equals negative 4, so negative 3 parentheses negative 4 plus, I can just write that as y equals 17, because I'm trying to get y by itself. So negative 3 times negative 4, I've got 12 plus y equals 17. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides so that y is by itself. So y equals 17 take away 12 is 5, and that is the other answer. Okay, solve the following system of equations. My 4x and 3x don't cancel. My y's do cancel. Positive y, take away 2y, take away 2y, that's 0. So those cancel out. That one's ready to go. So 4 plus 3 is 7x. These cancel, equals negative 8 plus 22. That's like 22 take away 8, which is 14. Then you divide both sides by 7. So x equals 14 divided by 7 is 2. That's your first answer. X equals 2. The second answer, I'll just take the top one again. I always try to pick the one with the smallest numbers. You have to write it down like it was originally. And then you plug in 2 for x. So 4 times 2 plus 2y, I'm sorry, yeah, that's right, equals negative 8. 8 plus 2y, 4 times 2 is 8. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. So 2y equals negative 8, and negative 8 is negative 16. Divide both sides by 2. So y equals negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8. Okay, the next one, the y's are going to cancel out. So 8 take away 10 is negative 2. I've got negative 2x. Y take away y is 0, so those cancel. Equals 23 take away 27 is negative 4. Divide both sides by negative 2. So x equals, top cancels with bottom. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Take one of the original equations, so 8x plus y equals 23. So I put in a 2 for x because that's what I said it was. 8 times 2 is 16 plus y equals 23. Subtract 16 from both sides. Y equals 7.